YouTube friends. Y'all are a little crooked. Me and Pepper are going to work on cutting out our fabric for our winter's Kiss Sew Along that's coming up the first full weekend of September. I think that's the 5th, 9th, anyway. It's not this weekend, but next weekend. So I wanted to get this video up and get it posted for you guys. I'm using my Sizzix machine to help cut out some of this because my quilt is really, really big. And you guys know that I hurt my wrist if you've been following my channel. And to use the rotary cutter just really puts a strain on it. It's much, much better. I just strained it. That's all that it is. I just strained it, and the rotary cutter really, it really does bother it. But so for some of you who haven't seen Pepper, this is little Pepper. Her is a sweet kitty. Her is so sweet, and she loves to be loved and held and cuddled. She's one of the sweetest cats I believe I've ever seen. So I just thought I'd turn the camera on and let it record. I'm trying to find a really good spot to put it so you can see me go back and forth. I think you can see my cutting machine, which is there. So yeah, you can see me. The only thing that I don't think you can see is the ironing board, so I may move it around to this side and just set y'all right over there. So anyway, and I'm gonna take the sound off of it, and thanks, wet nose. I'm just gonna let you guys watch me cut. I mean, if that's, I don't know, maybe you wanna watch me and maybe you don't. So I'm gonna put Pepper down. I love Pepper, I love Miss Pep. Okay, and I'm gonna get to cutting. There you go, Pep. So the one thing that I do when I'm using my Sizzix dies, if anybody doesn't know what a Sizzix is, let me bring you guys over here. And I'm gonna try and move you slowly. Whoops, sorry, I'm bumping into stuff. One of them was Pepper. So this is my Sizzix Pro. Let me turn it. There we go. That's a better picture. This is my Sizzix or Big Shot Pro, and I can cut up to a 10-inch or a 9.5-inch layer cake. I can do layer cake size in here. I can even do a little bit bigger than that. And this is a die, and it has this cut out in it. Right here is this is the die, this portion right here. And what I like to do to prep my fabric is not to waste fabric. However, is that I know that this is 2.5 inches right here. So I do 3-inch strip of fabric, and I cut and I'm not terribly picky about it. I'm not. And then I press it and fold it to where there's 8 layers here, because this machine can cut up to 8 layers. And then I just place it on my die and try to get it straight. I'm standing kind of crooked, so I'm trying to get it straight. I place it on my die like that, making sure my blades are covered. Again, I can cut up to 8 layers at one time. You place your cutting thingy on there, and you just simply, and it does pop and crack. It's nothing to worry about with the popping and cracking. And then you just pull this off. Sometimes you'll have a thread that doesn't cut, and that's why I have a little pair of scissors right here, and you just snip that little thread. And then now I do have this left over, and many of you are going to say that this is wasteful. For me, it's not, because, and like that little spot, I've been saving these because maybe I can do something with it, you know, that little bit. I'm probably saving it too much. So just like that, I have 8 of these cut. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, I have 8 of these cut. And I know that some of y'all are going to say that that's wasting fabric. Y'all, I can't keep a ruler straight to save my life. So I end up wasting this much or more fabric by having to square up my fabric every cut, because mine slips. I love my Sizzix. I can use AccuQuilt dies in this machine. So I will either use, this is a Sizzix die. Right here. You can see it. It's a Sizzix die. They used to make quilting dies, and when AccuQuilt came along, I guess they kind of put them out of business. I don't know. I love my Sizzix machine. I love, love, love it. And like I said, I can use AccuQuilt dyes. You can use all kinds of dyes in this machine. I absolutely love my Sizzix machine. And I am, now that I've hurt my wrist, I'm really, really starting to use this more and more. And I'm also picking up dyes on eBay for next to nothing. So you're going to be seeing me use this a lot. And I could put several dyes on here and cut all at one time if I planned ahead that far. But you know me, I don't ever plan ahead that far. So let's run these through. I have all my fabric prepped over here because I knew how many I could get out of each strip. And when you get to the end, you can roll it back through there if you wanted to. There's no need to. But like I said, every once in a while, you will have a little thread and you just snip that little thread and out it goes. And these are the dies that I have been using right here. I've been using my 2.5 inch and a 4.5 inch die. I have these, and I just bought a 2.5 inch half square triangle die off eBay this week. And I'm going to purchase a 6.5 inch square die. And then when AccuQuilt puts their, they're having a sale right now, but it's not as good as around Christmas. So I will be picking up a few more dies around Christmas because I really, really, really like being able to cut so quickly. I said I do try to get my fabric straight on here. And I have strip dies too. I can cut 2.5 inch strips, 1.5 inch, and 5. And you can use those strip dies to make squares. They're very versatile. Very, very versatile. So, yep. I said I love it. And I don't use this very often. And I haven't been using it. And I'm like, I'm using it. I have a ton of dies. So you're going to see me design some quilts. Or we're going to make some quilts in which I can use my dies. And you don't have to have a die for the quilts. You don't have to have a die cutter for the quilts that we're going to be doing. Because most of us have rulers. I know I have a ton of rulers over there hanging on the wall. I do try to flip my cut. I mean, you can see this thing. I mean, I've had it for a long, long time. So I will post the sewing guide. I'll post the link to the Dropbox for the fabric requirements. I'm calling it a sewing guide. It's just fabric requirements. You're going to have to watch the video in order to see how to put these blocks together, how I'm going to put the quilt together. It's not necessarily a mystery quilt along because you know what we're making. It's just I'm not going to write a pattern. I'm not a pattern writer. I don't have time to do that. And when I'm talking about a thread that's left, can y'all see that little thread right there? You just give it a snip. And then there's one down here in this corner. Can y'all see? Y'all see that thread? And you just give it a little snip. And I'm overkill on these big, huge scissors, but. So, but no, you will not. I will give you the sizes of everything that we make for you to be able to use your rotary cutter, your rulers, or if you have a ruler. But yeah, I'm going to start branching out and doing some quilts that we can use this for. And I want to make some Pajori curtains. Hold on, I gotta check my pizza. Give me one sec. I'm gonna set a timer. Sorry guys, I just walked off while I was talking to you. I'm gonna set my timer for like 3 minutes because it's almost ready. We're almost ready. I just got off work just a little bit ago. Jimmy Cook is out in the 100-something degree heat mowing the grass, and I tried to tell him not to. And I said, you can roll it back through there if you just want to. The popping and cracking is normal. It's this plate that's popping and cracking. And I also have little picks to clean out around my dye, but I don't do that too much. And I am not sponsored by Sizzix in any shape, form, or fashion. I just love the product. And I also I have the smaller little Big Shot. It's a little cutter. And I use it a lot in my junk journals. I actually have a journal die where you can cut a journal cover and stuff out with it. It's a journal die. I also have one of those. Maybe we'll mess around with that when I'm on vacation or something. We'll make a journal. We'll see. So I've been really thinking about the 12 days of Christmas, about what we might make for the 12 days of Christmas. I'm trying to decide I don't think I can do a quilt block a day. I'm just going to tell you guys that. I mean, I would have to start filming now in order to do that. So I've been recording for 11 minutes and I cut all of these. All of those. So, yeah, this is going to be a big, huge quilt. All right, so now let me find my pattern. Because I have figured up on my pattern, can y'all see that? Like how many I need of each one. So my next, I need to decide which gray that I want to use for this. And I need 128 of those. So I am thinking that I'm actually not going to... I'm thinking about actually using this blue. Can y'all see that? That blue is what I'm really, really thinking about using. So, and I'm thinking about using, this is what our quilt looks like. Y'all can see that. Okay, this is what our quilt looks like. So I'm thinking about using this dark blue right here. And then use a light gray here. I need to find something. I have another dark. I have some dark. Oh, I already got those cut. Yes, I already got those that I wanted to use cut. Let me go get the pizza out and I'll be right back. Okay, guys. Yes, I went ahead. I've already cut my centers. These. Because I only needed 32. Trying to get it. I know y'all can't see. Let me take y'all over here to the cutting table because we're going to be over here in a few minutes anyway. And I'm actually going to turn you guys around because I am going to be at the ironing station. So yes, put that up there. I think, I'm not sure, but I think that I'm going to use that dark blue for this part right here. That's what I think. And I need to press my fabric right quick before. And I thought I did design this quilt with the colors that I chose, but apparently I didn't print it. So I might want to print it out, but it's too late now because I've already cut colors. Yep, it's a little too late now because I've already cut. But that's okay. But I'm going to show you guys how I cut, like on the, on this part right here, this snowball part, I needed 384 of those. Y'all, it took me less than an hour to cut it. I mean, yes. I cut a whole bunch last Sunday. Hey, Peps. Pep's up here with us. Hey, Peps. What you doing, babes? She's the tweet. Her the tweet girl. And Grayson was being mean to her, so I made Grayson go outside. He was being mean, and yes, we're not having that, are we, Pep? Say, we are not having it, Mommy. We're not having it. Okay, guys, I'm going to grab this dark blue fabric. And this fabric came from Joann's. It was supposed to be 108-inch wide fabric. I think it's wider than 44. But I'm using it for this. I don't care. I mean, backing fabric, it's, you know, if it's all cotton, it doesn't matter whether it's backing fabric or not. So we're just going to press And I may end up using some more of this dark blue in the second block that we're making. So this may, Jimmy loves blue. His favorite color is blue. But it does do better if you do press it. I do want to press that again. Wow, there we go. So if I need 128 rectangles, okay, that should get us right there. And Peppy is gonna have to get down. Peppy's gonna have to get down. I just took the piece out, but it's gonna have to cool off just a minute. Sure. I'm recording. Hold on just a second. I'll stop it. Can you get Pep? Do you mind getting Pep? Hey guys, look what Jimmy brought over. My dad made. He made this pen. I want y'all to look at that. And as soon as I get the online shop ready, I will be announcing shop drops. And y'all will have to stay tuned because there are some beauties like this is going to be in the shop drop. These are handmade pens, and Dad also makes pencils. He can make seam rippers. Oh, let me show you my seam ripper. Show it. Here. I was going to get my seam ripper. Where? Oh, here it is. I'll have some of these in the shop as well, in the shop drop. These are hand-turned, except for this part, of course. But these are handcrafted seam rippers, and the top comes off, and it goes in like that. And just like, this is the bigger end. I like the smaller one, so you could request, you know, if you wanted 2 of the small size ends, and they go like that, and it's nice and safe. And there's also scissors. They can also do, they can do anything and everything. But aren't those gorgeous, guys? Gorgeous. Okay, so if we need 128, y'all gotta give me a minute because I have to do maths. I'm not good at maths. I am not. So we need 16 strips, thereabouts, 16 strips. So I know that I need 16 strips. And again, this fabric is wider, but I don't care, I'm using it. I'm gonna fold my fabric in half like this. This was the perfect color and it was exactly what I was looking for, but it's not 108-inch wide fabric, I can tell you that. So, and I do try to line it up as best I can. And we're going to cut off the selvages. But this, when you're using a die cutter, it's not imperative. I give myself extra. And this is selvage. I'm not keeping it. Oh, Jimmy's turning the water on. I'm like, what was that? He's turning the water on. Okay. So I'm going to flip my ruler over and I'm going to cut a 3-inch strip. So I'm not going to need 14 of these because there's the 3-inch strip. Because this strip measures, oh, it's not quite, oh, wait a minute. I'm telling y'all a lie. It's not quite 36 inches. Okay. And normal fabric's what, 44, something like that? So I fold my strip like this. And then I fold it again. I fold it and I press it. Let me show y'all. I know y'all probably can't see. But I folded it and then I pressed it. Or I am pressing it. Let me bring it back over here so you can see. And you probably can't see because it is dark. There we go. And then I fold it again and you probably can't see it because it's on this dark fabric. And then I fold it again. And this looks like it's going to be a little, I'm going to have some more waste off of this one. So this will definitely make sure when I run it through the die cutter that I cut it as close to the blades as possible so I can save. And then I just press it again. And I just make a stack like there. I do. So now that we know how many of these we need, we can just cut all of our strips at one time. And like I said, this does not have to be super accurate. See, my ruler slipped right there. It's okay. So we have 3. 4, and it slipped again. 5. No, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be 5. I gotta go feed more to just chickens, guys. So I'll have to stop here in a minute. So that's how I do that, just like that. And I'll keep cutting the strips until I have as many as I think that I need. I didn't press enough. I mean, it's not the end of the world. But you do want all of the wrinkles because it will change. And if I had a 3-inch strip cutter, you could do this like in no time at all. You could just have them cut instead of cutting each one individually. But that's how I do it. It's just like that. Or 3 I don't have a 3.5 inch or 3-inch strip cutter. I don't think they make a 3. They make a 3.5, but not a 3. And see, I've got my fabric crooked already, which is normally what happens. So I'm going to slide this over. So my fabric is a 1/2 inch out of square when I cut that strip. Can y'all see that? It's a 1/2 inch. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. 9. Whoop. It's gonna slide off the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That makes 10. Slide my ruler over. And I do have this to help the ruler from slipping. 11. Let's put it there to keep the fabric from rolling. 11. 12. 13. 14. Okay, so that should be enough, but I usually leave my fabric out just in case. And there's a whole bunch of this, and we're going to be using some more of this, I think, unless I decide to use another color blue. But I don't think I have enough of another color. We'll see. We'll see. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to give these a press, and I'm going to fold them. And I usually do all of that here at the ironing board. And I tell you what, I may move you over there to the ironing board so you can see me do that. And I said I was going to take all the sound off this, and I've yapped and jabbered this whole entire time. But see, this is Joanne fabric right there. Yep, I like it. It's pretty. And like I said, Jimmy's favorite color is blue. Okay, all right, guys, I'll be back. Okay, loves, actually got supper done, and we ate, and I got it cleaned up. It was just cardboard pizza, so it wasn't like it was a big deal. All right, so I take my fabric strip just like this. Can y'all see good enough? Maybe angle you around like that. There we go. So, and I do try to line it up as best I can. And I do give it a press. I have just found that this is the best way. And then, hopefully y'all can see it. And then I fold it in half. And then I fold it in half again, just like that. Yeah, this one's gonna be quite big. So we'll have some of this left. And just like that, that's it. And then I make a stack. Won't take us long to get through these. Again, I'm not looking for perfection, but you know, I was asking y'all earlier, is everybody having a good week? Are you having a wonderful, wonderful week? I hope so. We're almost to Friday. I have vacation day Friday, so I'd have an extra long weekend. We're gonna do some sewing. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try and get caught up. And next month, I have taken my planner. I've tried this before. Y'all, I can't plan nothing. I mean, I cannot plan anything. But, however, in my planner today, I planned out my videos for next month. So, the Winter's Kiss is going to post on Mondays at 5 a.m. Central Standard Time here in the U.S. That's when that video is going to go up. And I figured it'd take me about a month, even though this quilt only consists of 2 blocks. By the time I sew it all together, it's going to take me a month. It's going to take me a month to get it done. So, so allow yourself a month to make this quilt. And that, like I said, those videos will go up at 5 a.m. Central Standard Time on a Monday. And then I have a schedule for posting my block of the months, which I'm way far behind on, by the way. And it'll be okay. I may substitute another project in place of those. And here, I'm kind of holding in this fold right here because you don't want any wrinkles or anything in that fold. You want it to fold over properly. There we go. Because there's some other things I want to make. There's some things I want to make. And I have an idea of a really, another simple block that we could make using a charm pack, or y'all could make using a charm pack. I'm gonna make mine with 4.5 inch squares because that's what I got. That's the die that I have. Ouch, I was too close to the iron and it's steaming and it's hot. And it's hot. Whoops. Go, press that there. So, yeah. Or both of my block of the months may go up on the same day. I don't know. And then that frees me up for one more day for us to have another project. That did blister my hand. That blistered my finger right there. It did. It did. I'm a menace unto myself. I just want you to know. See, and I did it again. I am a danger, really, to myself. I trip over thin air. It's hot fabric, hot fabric. And I don't know if you can see that. Do you see how, I don't think y'all can see it. There's a bow right there in that middle. Maybe you can see it better out this way. Do you see how it has that bow in the middle? Yeah, that happens all the time with me. That's why I love, love, love my dies, which I use my strip dies. My 2.5 inch one gets used all the time because that's what I cut my binding with. I cut all my binding with my 2.5 inch strip die. So, but again, you don't have to have a die cutting machine to do any of the quilts that we're going to be doing, with the exception of maybe a couple that I have dies for. That, but I think there are things out there, patterns and stuff out there. And if I do something like that, then I will link to it. Or it'll just be a watch me sew, a chat and sew and chat. There we go. Or it may just be a sew and chat. Would you like to do a sew? You know, I don't know about y'all, but I love watching people sew. I don't have to be making the project with them. Am I weird? Is that weird that I love to watch people sew? And like, I don't have to be making the project with them. And I'm so far behind on watching videos on the people that I follow, like Lauren at Sweet Home Sewing and Arkansas Gals, and Blessed by Jess. I'm so far behind on watching videos from people that I follow, and I'm sure they feel the same way. You know, they get busy too. We all have lives outside of YouTube, so I hope you understand. I hope you'll understand. You know, the greenhouse is going to take up a lot of my time till we get it built. Once we get it built, then, you know, it'll be going out there on the weekends to do planting or watering, you know, things like that. It's not like the build. The build is the worst part, I'm telling you. The shoveling the sand for the past 2 days has been, yeah, I'm not used to manual labor. Just gonna tell you, I am not used to manual labor. But I am enjoying my little garden that I've had this year with my tomatoes. My zucchini didn't do well because they got a squash bug in it, but that's okay. I know now. I know what to do for next year. So I'm already planning my garden that I want for next year. I already know what I want to plant and to grow, and it's not like, it'll be a pretty good size garden, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. But it's not too early to start thinking about your gardens for next year. Even though we're not finished harvesting from this year, it's not too late. I don't think it is. I mean, I don't think it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know. So, and I did get behind when we, you know, we had company, but my family will always come first. Always. My family will always be first. The kids call and say, hey, we're coming down, you know, then they're coming down. You know, they're going to come first. Okay, let's go back to the cutting machine. I'm gonna try and spin y'all around with me. Hello. I'm gonna spin you around with me, and then I'm gonna take you. Am I making y'all drunk? Oh no, I'm probably making myself drunk. Let me see if I can set you down. Pull you back just a little bit. There you go. Okay. So, let's see here. And oh yeah, see, I'm going to have probably that much left. So let's see, we can get several cuts off of this. Let's see, line it up. And let's remove those over there. Okay. Got stringies. Oh, this fabric is way different. It's gonna string bad. You know, it's from Joann's and it's probably not the greatest quality. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8. So we do have 8. Okay. And I am wondering, nope, I'm just gonna set this off to the side, and then I have a 2.5 inch die. I have that much left. And I am going to cut some 2.5 inch squares, I think. I'm just gonna set it over to the side. And line this up about as close as I can get it. Don't know what I was doing. No clue what I was doing. And literally, this is all the waste right there. And I cut my hexies with this too. I have my hexie die. I use this to cut my hexies. Yeah, I can tell a difference in this quality of this fabric. A big difference. And I'm just trimming these off like that. Put those in a pile. Try to remember to rotate. So you can run it back through the other way if you think you need to. There we go. It probably seems fiddly to you, but it really isn't. It really, really is not fiddly. I don't find it fiddly at all. Why do I have a short one right here? Oh, let me see. Whoops, I snipped the end of that one. I don't know where that short one came from. Let's see if it came out of my stack. 2, 4, 6, 8. No, I don't know where that one came from. We have a little short. Oh, it could have just came off my cut off. I find that one time through is enough. You don't have to go through and then back it up and then go through it again. I just hate that this one is stringier and it's the fabric, not the machine. Okay. Okay, yeah, I was making sure I was. So maybe on this fabric, we need to run it through twice since it's so stringy. There we go. Yeah, that's much better. I didn't have to fight with it. it does create static electricity. And you just, if you slide it off like that, it won't stick to this. And I'm not real good about doing that. Or remembering to do that, I should say. Need to switch plates. Whoopsie, I forgot to do that. I just picked it straight up off of there. And it made a mess. It made a mess. Whoops. There we go. I don't want y'all to think that you have to run out and go buy fabric or whatever to do this quilt along, because I'm going ahead and cutting mine. You have to remember that I have to get a little bit of head start on you guys, because I've got to test each block. I've got to sew some samples and make sure my math is correct. So that's one reason. Doggone it, Liz, you didn't slide it off. That's one reason why I'm going ahead and getting mine cut, so that before our quilt along starts next week, I already have a few blocks made, have tested out my math, and if it's incorrect, then I can go back to the drawing board. But my math is good. My math is good. Because we're going to hope it's good after I cut all this, right? Oh gosh, we are hoping it's good after I've cut all of this. It is, it's good. The string. Look, right there it is. We may save some of this blue to use in our string quilt. I was going to sit down and piece on my string quilt tonight, and I decided I needed to do this instead, because I think I've got to clean my machine and all of that, and I was being lazy. Called being lazy. And right here where it's catching, I have tools to clean that out. You do have to clean your dies. I am recording. Yes, I am recording. Dum Dum here did it again. So have I told y'all we've been watching Yukon Men? Have I told you that? We have been watching, yeah, it's Yukon Men is the name of it. And Jimmy's really got into it. He has. He's really, really got into it. I think the Long Arm Quilter, Dee, just sent me messages. My quilt's probably finished, and I'm going to take you guys along for the ride when I go pick it up. Oh my God, it is so cool how she can superimpose the quilting designs on the top of your quilt so that you can pick out. Y'all, that's the coolest thing I have ever seen in my life. I can post pictures of it. It is so stinking cool. So she gave me like 4 different designs to choose from. And yeah, it was fantastic. Okay, our last one, guys. And then I'm gonna call it a night. Slide it off, Liz. Don't pick it up. I think it's because I'm filming. I don't know. I know better. You would think this is the first time I've used this thing. And it's not. I use my cutter not all the time, all the time. Well, I use it almost for every quilt I made because I cut my binding with it. Okay. Right there. And those there. There's our stack of these. And I think that's all. No, I have to have the other leg. I have to have the other leg, which will be, I have to figure, those are 4.5-inch squares. And then waist, just strings, just little bitty T90 strings. All right, guys. I'm gonna leave it right here, and if y'all wanna see me cut out more on this machine, drop a comment below and let me know. Y'all can't see me. And let me know if that's what you wanna do, because I got you pointed down. You're too low. Let me see. Can I raise you guys up? Yes. So, ooh, now you're crooked. So just drop a comment down below and let me know if you'd like to see me use my Sizzix machine more and my dies. Let me know, and remember to check the description below for the link to the Google Dropbox for your material requirements. Bye for now.